What we want to do is trust Jesus because we believe that his commands are good for us. This has been happening for 2,000 years. The greatest test that people face is what you are going to do with marriage and sexuality in your life in response to the lordship of Jesus. So they come and they test him. And they ask, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife? Now watch this language, for any and every reason. Now when they use that language, it's weird language. When they use that language for any and every reason, let's do we're gonna Bible nerd out for a second here. There's a whole background going on here. So in Jesus' day, he was not the only really popular Bible teacher. There were these two other rabbis that were very popular when Jesus was alive. Their names were Rabbi Shammai and Rabbi Hillel. Now, these two guys, it's a little nerdy. They had a public debate over a verse in Deuteronomy chapter 24, and they disagreed with each other about when does the Old Testament allow for divorce. So on the one hand, you had a guy named Rabbi Shammai, and he was like the more theologically conservative guy. And what he believed is that the Old Testament only allowed for divorces in cases of unchastity or adultery. And he believed that it didn't just allow for it, that God commanded and demanded divorce in that situation. So that was him on the one hand. On the other hand, you had this guy named Rabbi Hillel. He was a little more like theologically liberal. And he believed that a husband could divorce his wife, quote, this was his language, for any and every reason. That was his language. So like he believed anything displeasing to a husband was legitimate grounds for a biblical divorce, even including, like he wrote this down, things like burnt fish or burnt toast, divorce, okay? I will refrain from comment. I had a whole bunch of jokes and none of them felt right, okay? So this is what he said.